Okay, good morning,
Good morning.
Miss Redden. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me this morning.
No worries.
I'm just going to ask you a few questions about what you do.
Okay.
Okay, so what made you decide to become a teacher?
So I originally started off in corporate America and really didn't believe I was reaping the benefits of truly helping people. And so a position became open in the Exceptional Children's Program in Durham Public Schools, and I applied for the position.
Oh, so you started teaching exceptional children.
Right. I originally started working with EMD students, self-contained EMD.
Okay. What college did you go to?
I have an undergraduate degree from Howard University, and I have my MBA from University of Phoenix.
Okay. So what grades do you teach?
At the time, I taught 9th through 12th graders.
And you taught so 9th through 12th grade you taught exceptional learning students.
Oh no, that was middle school, so that was 6th through 8th when I taught the exceptional children.
Okay.
But when I became the CTE teacher, I taught 9th through 12th.
Okay. Do you enjoy teaching?
It's an enjoyable experience, provided that every day you just continue to remind yourself that the students they're growing, they're developing, they're maturing, and you give them a fresh slate every day. It's great because you never know what you're going to get. Like, every day is a different day. Like, no 2 days are the same.
So how long have you been teaching?
This will be my 15th year. Going on my 16th year in education, I think.
Wow. So you don't regret going into teaching?
No, not at all.
Okay. So what made you decide to become a CTE teacher rather than just a general subject instructor?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the biggest thing for me, I knew I didn't want to do exceptional children. That was really personal. And you would take all of their situations and circumstances home with you. Not that you don't do it with the general curriculum or in CTE, but their stories are a little bit more deep. Let's say deep.
That's so funny because the same thing with me. My major is psychology, and I wanted to be a child psychologist. Mm-hmm. But I took a class, and my teacher was like, you have to be very emotionally distant, and you have to know how to separate your emotions from, your clients.
Right.
And I'm very emotional. I'm very sensitive, and every child I meet, I get attached to. So it's like, okay, well, I might need to consider something else where I'm not going to be, so emotionally attached, because I will end up with like 30 kids at my house.
Trying to save the world.
Trying to save the world, exactly. And my parents tell me every day that I can't save the world, because that's just, when it comes to a child, like, I'm like, what do you need here? But do you think teaching career technical education is more challenging than teaching, a general course?
I think it's just as challenging, if not more challenging, because you're actually trying to teach a student or expose a student to specific career types, specific trades, and you may end up with students in your course that don't necessarily have a passion for that particular trade.
Right.
So, and what you're passionate about, if you don't convey that well to the students, then they're not going to be passionate about it as well. So I think it can be more challenging at times.
So how do you engage your students? Like, what are some of the things that you do to, make them engaged in class?
I think connecting what I do to the real world, outside world, I think that's one thing. But I think keeping my energy high and keeping my engagement level high and making sure that I touch every student every day, that's just what I do.
Is there a specific trade that you teach?
So, business information and technology. So that would be like multimedia web page design, principles of business, personal finance, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Access, those type of classes.
Wow, okay. So last question, why do you think CTE is an important course for students?
I think it's important because students, prior to going off to a 4-year college or university, they should actually know what it is they want to do. And they should have exposure to that before getting to college and saying, oh, I think I want to be a business major. Oh, I think I want to be a agriculture major. If you haven't had that exposure, there's a potential there to waste money. So I think it's just a good opportunity for them to kind of get their hands wet, get their feet wet, and determine, okay, yes, I really do like this, or no, this is not what I want to do. Prior to wasting scholarship money, loan money, parent money, whatever the case may be.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you taking time to interview with me this morning. And you have a good rest of the day.
Okay, thanks.